Hello, my name is Michael Pengway. I'm a local political activist here from Montreal and also National Vice President of the Canadian Action Party, which was founded by former Defense Minister and Transport Minister, the Honorable Paul Hellyer, and I'm also a 9/11 truth activist. I wish to seem to talk about a video surveillance contract that the City of Montreal signed in about 2003 with a company with connections with American intelligence and more specifically Israeli intelligence. How I learned about this contract? Well, in January 2007, a friend of mine came to see me and showed me an article that appeared in the Montreal Metro paper. It's a paper that distributed freely in the Metro system here in Montreal. And the article was entitled "Souriez, vous êtes filmé." Smile, you're being filmed. And it spoke about a company called Verint, an American company, which was being engaged for video surveillance with the Montreal transit system. So immediately I went home to do some research about this company, see what it was all about. And I was quite shocked to learn exactly what I said, that this company was tied to Israeli and American intelligence, but more importantly, that the parent company of Verint, Converse Technology, its CEO and founder, Jacob Alexander, who's an ex-Israeli intelligence officer, and a few of his associates were being charged for mail fraud, securities fraud, wire fraud, and also for defrauding investors to the tune of $57 million. As a result, both Converse and Verint have been delisted from NASDAQ. Then I learned that the U.S. Justice Department, in the wake of 9/11, uncovered the largest espionage ring inside the United States involving Israelis and their direct ties to criminal intelligence and military services. For example, I learned about a U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency memo dated June 6, 2001, which connected spies to efforts to foil investigations into Israeli organized crime activity involving the importation of the drug ecstasy. Now, this was even further corroborated by a report from Fox News in December 2001, and also by an article by Charles R. Smith of Newsmax. And Charles R. Smith, for example, states that most of the wiretapping done by U.S. law enforcement is done through a company called Converse, the parent company of Verint. But more specifically, it's Converse's subsidiary, Converse Info Systems, which is now called Verint Systems. And what he found was that there was one situation where the U.S. law enforcement investigations had been hampered because Converse's info systems, their technology, had been penetrated by Israeli crime syndicates and Israeli intelligence services, and possibly this foiled their investigations and even sacrificed the lives of several of their informants. Now, this also was been corroborated by some reports by Le Monde and Reuters, which both revealed that a part of a large Israeli spy ring was trailing the alleged 9/11 hijackers prior to 9/11. In one case, they were living a few hundred feet from the alleged 9/11 lead hijacker, Mohammed Atta. Now, this may help explain how Israel, among other countries, had forewarned the Bush administration about an imminent attack upon Lower Manhattan. So, obviously, my friends and I were extremely shocked learning about this. So, in early 2007, it was March 2007, we decided to confront the Montreal City Council and asked Monsieur Claude Dauphin, who was then the director for security of the Montreal transit system, for more information about this company. And Monsieur Dauphin, for those who don't know, was a principal aide for Paul Martin, the former Prime Minister of Canada. He was a principal aide for Quebec here in the province of Quebec. And Monsieur Dauphin, we were quite surprised and shocked, rather, that Monsieur Dauphin and his successor, Monsieur Trudel, had practically no knowledge of this company, its shady history, despite Monsieur Dauphin being quoted on Verint's own website about this video surveillance contract in the Montreal transit system, and also despite his own explicit comments in a Radio-Canada interview dated August 2005, where he spoke in very explicit detail about 1,200 cameras being installed in the Montreal Underground, on the platforms, near the entrances, and so forth.
Monsieur Dauphin, tout d'abord, où seront installées ces caméras?
Alors, un peu partout, là, sur les quais, ainsi que dans les tunnels et à l'entrée des stations. Fait qu'il va y en avoir un petit peu partout. On parle d'à peu près 1200, comme je le disais tantôt.
Et qu'est-ce qu'elles vont permettre de faire, ces caméras?
Alors, c'est des caméras à la fine pointe de la technologie. Là, ça va permettre, pour les experts, là, on parle d'un balayage intelligent avec possibilité de visionnement en temps réel, traitement informatisé de l'image. Alors, ce que nous n'avons pas actuellement avec les 400 qui existent déjà.